when you have an issue and you need us to take it to Ben and Kelly Court, all you need to do is shoot us a message, benandkellyshow@gmail.com, or hit us on the socials.
Now, listen, we're going to go ahead and acknowledge we're only getting one side of this case. We're only getting the plaintiff, not the defendant.
You are right, Kelly.
Yes.
So we're going to have to kind of emotionally put ourselves in the defendant's chair.
Exactly. But Jay is our plaintiff. He says, hey, Ben and Kelly, need your help talking some sense into my wife.
Oh, man, already out strong.
Yes, strong words to start with. My wife wants my son to have his photo with Santa every year that he is with us. She thinks it's going to make a great time hop one day.
Okay.
I think it's a great idea, too.
You cut out.
And the first year, when my son was a baby, we had no problems.
Okay.
Things even went well last year. But this year, our son is 2.5 years old, and he is not having it.
Sure.
Scared to death of Santa, and has cried every time we put him on Santa's lap. We couldn't get him to calm down enough to get a photo that was satisfactory for my wife before we had to move the line along.
Okay.
So we go back a second time. Same thing.
All right.
And then our third time was an exact repeat of the first two.
Oh, no.
So this weekend, my wife is determined to try for a fourth time.
Okay.
And I think it's time to just call it good. We've already had 3 sets of photos for my son at this age with Santa. He's screaming and crying in each one. I told my wife that this is just life and we should just look at it for what it is. I believe we're going to look back on these photos one day with fondness and we'll have a good story to go along with it. She is not hearing it.
Okay.
So at this point, this is abuse, right? Like, who do you side with? How many times do most people go back to see Santa for the perfect photo?
Oh, wow. Okay. So It doesn't sound like Jay wants to just, like, throw in the towel and say, no more pictures with Santa ever.
Well, no.
He's just saying, let's use what we have already gotten and just call it what it is. One of those, like, crying kids on Santa's lap photos.
Yes. Now, here is where I think we need to step in, and I'm going to side with Jay in the fact that the photo does not need to be perfect. In fact, my favorite pictures that I have of my kids with Santa are the 2 back-to-back years that Ava has the most terrified, screaming, crying face on, and it's priceless because she exactly replicated the same face 2 years back to back. Favorite pictures to this day.
Now, did you try in the moment to get another photo?
Oh, no. We took what we got. We were like, this is hilarious. We thought it was hysterical, and we thought this is going to be magic. We immediately posted it on social media. We're like, this is fantastic. Like, we owned it, thought it was great. And again, it does add to the memories. You're going to look back on that when they're older and laugh hysterically at it. In fact, I was sad the first year that she actually smiled and was happy.
Now, okay. Now, Susie texts in and says, I side with the plaintiff. She needs to just stop. She's just terrorizing her kid at this point.
Right.
So kind of siding with you.
Whatever you get, you get.
Yeah, you know, how do we convince her of that, though?
Right. We need her to show up to court.
Like almost maybe, Kelly, you can, or maybe Jay can use your photo as a suggestion. Yes. Like, hey, look, others do this.
I'll post them because they're magical.
You know, this isn't just our kid. Like, others do this. And so,
I think, didn't Ellen on her show feature like every year?
Every year.
Kids terrified on Santa's lap pictures. Right. They are amazing.
So I think I think are we siding with Jay here?
Of course, 100%. I love the idea of, as long as our son's going to be willing to get a picture every year with Santa. It'd be great if he wants to continue it into his teen years until he goes off to college. I think that's an awesome idea. I don't think it needs to be a perfect photo. I think you need to every year see what you get because that's going to add to the magic.
Yeah, Corinne backs you on that. Just says, hey, look, you can make time capsules in other ways. 3 times enough. You're going to look back on this as funny regardless, let the poor baby have a break. LOL. All right, you know what?
And you're spending a fortune going back more than once every year. I mean, those are not cheap.
And look, you know what? Sometimes a little dose of real life is all right.
Exactly.
You know, everything doesn't have to be absolutely perfect on Instagram.
No.
Everything doesn't have to be perfect on social media. A little real life.
Some fun. Yeah. Laugh at it because it's funny.
Yeah, for sure. All right, there you go. We are weighing in your favor, Jay. That is Ben and Kelly Court. Go now, take this and win your argument with your wife.
And please post your photo of your crying son because it sounds adorable.
All right, there you go.